the first steps to a self-build. So I'd say come and speak to a professional first. Not that it's going to cost you any money, but I'd speak to a professional, because a professional has been there, done it. They're going to be able to give you the sort of like experience that they've had. And obviously from that, you'll be able to have a bit of a Q&A with them first and foremost. What are the pitfalls? What are the challenges? What were the successes? And really, what would they change from doing it from previous? That would be my first sort of point of call if I was going to start on this journey. The second thing I would do is pick your team. Okay, don't roll into this thinking one person is going to roll it all out. There are many, many trades. There's many, many professionals to speak to. Professionals such as planning consultants, architects, engineers, everybody like that. So we've been on projects recently that what you'll actually find is one will conflict the other. So if you've got a poor plan and you don't know it's a poor plan, when they give that plan to the, say, engineer, the engineer will design what they design off of that plan. Now, if that plan is wrong, their engineering could be wrong. Therefore, when it comes to your build team, they will build what the engineers told them to build, and it could be wrong on site, which ultimately will cost you tens of thousands. So the first thing from my perspective would be to build your team, slow down, speak to the people who've been there and done it, go on the forums. You've seen there's loads online, be it social media or if there's websites or even websites such as this one. What you'll actually find is you'll learn from people who've been there and done it. So do a bit of due diligence first. That would be the first step that I would recommend taking before you start on your self-build journey. The second step would be start and build your team together and make sure that your team have at least heard of the people who you're going to be working with. So make your position very, very clear. Talk to everybody you're going to speak to. Give them your experience. Hey, I'm new to this. I've never done it before. Or I've done a little bit of this before. I've never done that before. Be completely transparent. Don't leave any stone left unturned. That will give a very clear, transparent view of the people that you're working with, and then highlight the roles and responsibilities of what you want to them to undertake, and equally what you want to have. You might want no involvement with this, or you might want to just be the guy who's, I want this, I want that. You might have your family behind you and they want involvement. You need to be very clear and transparent on who's doing what, when, and why. So you've then spoke to people, you've done your due diligence, you've now started to pick your team. You need to get a team meeting and bring everybody together. And that is everybody from your professional team to your funding team, to your consultant team, and then to your delivery team, your build team. Get everybody together. Make sure everybody is aligned. What you don't want is if you're going to do a self-build and you're going to be building it yourself, for example, or you're going to hire a builder that you know, or your mate's a joiner, or you've got a pal of a pal who's a sparky or a plumber, things like that. Make sure that at least everybody's got an understanding on who's who. Because one of the biggest bugbearers, once you've got through planning, is then your build team. Okay, so if your build team are not familiar with each other, you might get the expression of, well, it's not my job, or I shouldn't do that, you should, and it's finger pointing. Well, equally, that can cost you time and money. So if your values are set extremely high, you need to make sure that everyone within your team is sharing the same values so that your goal at the end is achieved, only from a time perspective, from a specification and a quality perspective too.